The game which was thought to be a rival to GTA, and Ubisoft has high hope for its success. But despite a good idea, it's failed to achieve the success Ubisoft intend, and never found a place for itself among the giants of open-world computer games. Although Ubisoft did not announce the cost of making and selling our version, it estimates that despite an investment of $200 to $300 million, it was only able to sell about 25 million copies of the game. And this had led analysts to believe that this franchise is dead forever, and Ubisoft has no plan to invest more in the series. Hi guys, I'm Sinan. Welcome to another video. In this episode, we are going to review all titles of the Watch Dogs series. Please stay with me. Thank you. Watch Dogs. Release 2014. Platforms: PC, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, Wii U. Meta 80. Build cost $68 million. Sell 10 million copies. Time to complete game: story mode 90 hours, side mission 33 hours, completionist 62 hours. It all started in 2010 when it was announced that Ubisoft was working on an open world game. That game would take place in the modern world. Jonathan Moring, a Ubisoft executive, said that the game was designed to go beyond today's open world games and allow players to control entire cities through hacking mechanics. The news of an open world game set in the modern world proved to undermine the GTA series, which was 2 years earlier in 2008 when Rockstar has released GTA 4 and was in development on GTA 5. After the game was announced in 2010, the first official trailer for the game was shown on E3 2012. An attractive trailer with fantastic graphics that greatly increased expansion for the game. This came to the time of the game's release in 2014. Right from the start, I must say that Watch Dogs was not a bad game at all. And the main problem was caused by the high expectations that Ubisoft has created for the fans, and the comparison that was made between GTA 5 and this game. The first thing that upset the fans was the inferior graphic of the game compared to the trailers shown. It was clearly seen that the lighting, the quality of the textures, and even the visual effects had become much weaker. But the main strength of the game was the element of hacking and digital technology that had not been seen in any other game until that time. In September 2014, a new expansion pack for the game, Bad Blood, was released. This pack taking place about a year after events of Watch Dogs. The expansion pack featured a new story with 10 story missions, a new gameplay mechanic, and additional content such as new weapons and vehicles. Watch Dogs 2. Release 2016. Platforms: PC, Xbox One, PS4. Meta 82. Build cost estimate $70 to $100 million. Sell 11 million copies. Time to complete the game: story mode 90 hours, side missions 31 hours, completions 46 hours. At E3 2014, Ubisoft executive Tony Kaye claimed they were satisfied with the sale of the first game and the Watch Dogs would be turned into a long-running franchise. According to Ubisoft director Jonathan Moring, the first game's main goal was to establish the Watch Dogs brand. It was intended that they take risks with the sequel instead of creating a more polished version of the previous game. To improve the game, Moring and his team read the reviews of the first game and feedbacks. Their priorities included creating a believable environment, giving players more freedom, and introducing a new leader character. In light of complaints about the graphic downgrade in Watch Dogs from what was seen at E3 2012, Ubisoft ensured that Watch Dogs 2 would not suffer the same outcome because unlike the first installment, it was developed for PS4 and Xbox One from the start. The game took place in the city of San Francisco, and the game map was more than twice as large as the first version. player could move around the game world on foot of the various vehicles offered in the game. The driving mechanic has been improved and were much better than the original version of the game, and unlike the first version, the player can shoot while driving. The game was generally well received by critics, overcoming almost all the native specs of the first version and improving the various areas such as graphic, gameplay, and driving compared of the first version of the game. Although the game was much better than the original version and critics has a good opinion of the game sale fell short of Ubisoft's predictions, and according to the company's reports, the game sale reached the first game sale of 3 million copies after 4 years. If you enjoyed the video so far, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Watch Dogs Legion. Release 2020. Platforms: PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series, PS4, PS5. Meta 76. Build cost estimate $100 to $115 million. Sell estimate 5 million copies. Time to complete game: story mode 80 hours, side mission 33 hours, completions 49 hours. Although the second version of the game did not achieve the sale that Ubisoft has hoped for, but due to positive reviews, the decision was made to release a new version of the game. Unlike the previous two versions, the new version of the game took place in England, while the main gameplay is similar to the previous games. Consists of shooting, driving, surf, and hacking puzzles. The game introduced a system of multiple playable characters that allows players to play as almost any known player character in the game world. Despite the game's better graphic than the previous version and the introduction of the new gameplay elements, unlike the second version, critics' opinion of the game were generally mediocre. It received the lowest score of the three games, with a score of 78, and had lower sales than the previous versions. Although Ubisoft never announced the sales and the cost of making the game, it is estimated that despite costing $7 to $50 million, the game only sold around 5 million copies. Anyway, it doesn't seem like we will see a new version of the series anytime soon, and perhaps, according to one of the Twitter's account that is active in the field of relaying information related to the gaming industry, the Watch Dogs franchise dead and buried. What do you think? Will there be another version of Watch Dogs series? Please comment your opinion. Goodbye.